Had you finished your homework before dinner?
Yes, I had finished it before dinner.
Had they visited the museum before it closed?
Yes, they had visited the museum before it closed.
Had she cooked dinner before they arrived?
Yes, she had cooked dinner before they arrived.
Had the train left by the time you reached the station?
Yes, the train had left by the time I reached the station.
Had you ever traveled abroad before last year?
No, I had never traveled abroad before last year.
Had he completed the project before the deadline?
Yes, he had completed the project before the deadline.
Had they gone home before the storm started?
Yes, they had gone home before the storm started.
Had you read the book before watching the movie?
Yes, I had read the book before watching the movie.
Had she already eaten when you called her?
Yes, she had already eaten when I called her.
Had the company launched the product before the conference?
Yes, the company had launched the product before the conference.
Had you met him before the party?
Yes, I had met him before the party.
Had they finished their homework before going out?
Yes, they had finished their homework before going out.
Had he left the office before the meeting started?
Yes, he had left the office before the meeting started.
Had the guests arrived before the host?
Yes, the guests had arrived before the host.
Had you seen that movie before last night?
No, I hadn't seen that movie before last night.
Had she finished the book before the weekend?
Yes, she had finished the book before the weekend.
Had the team practiced enough before the match?
Yes, the team had practiced enough before the match.
Had you been to that restaurant before it closed?
Yes, I had been to that restaurant before it closed.
Had he studied French before moving to Paris?
Yes, he had studied French before moving to Paris.
Had they packed their bags before the trip?
Yes, they had packed their bags before the trip.
Had she already left by the time you arrived?
Yes, she had already left by the time I arrived.
Had you cleaned the house before your guests arrived?
Yes, I had cleaned the house before my guests arrived.
Had he taken the test before he graduated?
Yes, he had taken the test before he graduated.
Had they finished their meal before the show started?
Yes, they had finished their meal before the show started.
Had you checked your email before going to bed?
Yes, I had checked my email before going to bed.
Had she written the report before the meeting?
Yes, she had written the report before the meeting.
Had the dog been fed before you left the house?
Yes, the dog had been fed before I left the house.
Had they completed the puzzle before dinner?
Yes, they had completed the puzzle before dinner.
Had you seen the doctor before the symptoms worsened?
Yes, I had seen the doctor before the symptoms worsened.
Had he fixed the car before the trip?
Yes, he had fixed the car before the trip.